Hi and welcome back finally. I'm sorry that it took so long to get back between work and sickness and winter and the ugly weather in which still persists outside. Uh, it's been a while, but I have been working on a lot of things to try to elevate what we want to do. I've seen some of the work that you guys have been doing and sending me. So that let me know we just can't have anything. We need to have something that really looks good, and I did not want to let you guys down on this project. I've seen the work, and forgive me if I get some of the usernames wrong, but Alfisti 1979, my goodness, some of the stuff that you've done is extraordinary, and I'm going to use some of your techniques. If you don't show them yourself, thanks for the help. It's great. Axel Diecast, I cannot say enough about the pictures you've taken, my goodness, and where they're taken at and the way that you do it. They look so real, and to scale, you'd think you could get in the car and drive it away. Anybody that's not checked out what these two individuals have done, you really need to. It is extraordinary work. So that let me know that we can't just paint a surface and call it pavement. We have to do something exceptional here. I hope you guys like what I've come up with. I thought about it long and hard, so we'll get started on this. What I came up with is the fact that you are working to scale. You can't just have a painted surface and have that be to scale for a 1/18 scale car. What is pavement? Pavement is nothing but a whole bunch of small pebbles held together with tar. We call it asphalt, tarmac, whatever you want, but it consists of a whole bunch of small pebbles. As it weathers, you can see them. So this is what I've come up with. If you guys come up with a better idea, shoot it to me. I thought long and hard about this, and I thought it turned out great. I hope you guys agree. What I'm going to use is plaster of Paris. To me, and anybody that builds dioramas, buildings and whatnot, this can be your bread and butter, because it is a real great medium that you can create anything with as far as diorama goes, as far as the structure goes. You can simulate concrete, stucco, anything you want. But we're going to take it a step further. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use plaster of Paris, which you mix 2 to 1 with water, cold water. I'm going to use this plaster of Paris, put it in here, and I've already measured everything out. Here's our water. So now I went a little slight on the water, because what I'm going to add to this is a top coat, what they call road systems, and you can get it from Woodland Scenics. I'll provide a link, which should already be there. This is called asphalt, and it's a paint, and I'm going to literally put a bunch of it in there because of the fact we wanted it dark as you can get it. You are fighting the white that is the plaster of Paris, so we'll give it about that much. Like I said, I went a little slight on the water, knowing the paint would make up for it. Alright, now again from the same company. Granted, this is meant for railroads. This is what these guys usually work with. I liked it because this, if you can see it, it looks like small stones. So I'm going to throw in a bunch of that in here, and we're going to mix this until we get what consistency we like. That should be about right. We're going to mix this up. You can see you're fighting that white a little bit, and that's getting a little bit too thick. We might have to add some more water. Maybe not. But you can see that stone in there, and that essentially is what I'm looking for. Is I want to see that stone. And you'll understand why. This is going to go on clumpy and everything else. Smooth it out as good as you can. I'll show you that here in a second with a putty knife or whatever. Just get it as smooth as you can. That's about the consistency you want, I think. That's what I used before. You want to make sure you mix that real good. Any white you see showing, you want to make sure you mix that all down, because you don't want any of that white coming back to haunt you when you put it down. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Because what you do is you smooth it out as good as you can, and then you're going to sand it. And that's about what we're looking for. Alright, I'm just going to use a scrap piece of wood for right now to show you guys the effect of what we're going to have. Let me get this out. And the thing is you have to let this dry thoroughly. Plaster of Paris, they say, will dry in a half hour. Me personally, myself, I did not want to take a chance. I waited 24 hours because I just wanted to be absolutely sure. But when I go sanding it, because plaster of Paris probably isn't meant to have rock debris in it and paint and everything else. But honestly, you can see it looks more like concrete than anything else. But spread her thin, spread it all out as thin as you can, so that way it will dry evenly. You can see we've got some of those white chunks that I was worried about. Kind of break those up with your stick. And it is going to be a little messy, but you got the general idea here. If you wanted to, you could add a little bit more water to it to get a consistency in which might spread a little easier. I kind of like this consistency myself. That way I know when it dries, it's really going to dry hard. We can let this one dry. I'll probably show you what this one looks like just so that way you know. But this, my friends, is what it will turn out to look like. You can see the stone in it, and it is to scale. This is the best idea I could come up with, and this also is what happens when you sand it before it's dry. So like I said, let it dry thoroughly, but you can see that looks like pavement. And you can do anything you want with that once it is dry. You can take a putty knife. Forgive the way this one looks. Got house repairs going on. But you can take and scratch into that and create cracks in the road, and then highlight those with that black wash that I've showed you to use on the WRC car, or even a felt tip marker and fill that in. You can take the plaster of Paris, mix it up even darker, make patches in the road. Once you've established that, you want to put the travel of the car on there. If it's not a racetrack, you can actually, use an airbrush or just what they call dry brush, and put that dark patch that's always in the middle where the tires don't run. I thought it turned out exceptional. I hope you guys do too. The next one that I'll show you will be on the concrete, so just stay tuned. That one will be coming real quick.